What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. We are Certain Point of View, and we are here talking movie trivia Schmoedown. It is the whole crew. We are here.
Barely.
We're live, and we are
Barely.
ready. We're hobbling across the finish line, but we're here and ready to talk some great Schmoedown matches that we had this past week for Friday Night Titans. Believe it or not, the second to last episode of Friday Night Titans. Weird to say. This upcoming week, which is headlined by a singles title match, is the final episode of Friday Night Titans. So we'll be talking about the teams match that we saw between Coast to Coast and, oh my God, why am I forgetting the name all of a sudden? Paul, Preston, and JTE. The movement. Thank you.
I didn't know what you were going
that
for.
one.
Is it that one? Am I right?
It's
Did
the
I get it
movement.
right?
It's the movement at Coast to Coast, and then we're going to be discussing the latest Patreon Star Wars match, which was Alex Damon and Marie Wilson. So get ready for that one. And then obviously the Intergeek Team Championship between Kevin Smets and Robert Parker, as well as a quick preview of this week's big match, Sam Levine and Ethan Irwin fighting it out for a singles title. But before we get to all that, let's go around, find out how everyone is doing. I'm saving Brian for last for obvious reasons. Jill, how are you?
Hanging in there. This week we started going into our full-time hybrid schedule of going in the office 3 days a week. And that extra day, I was going in two days a week was fine. That extra day, and I know it's like first world problem. Like there's people that are going in 5 days a week and you can still work from home from 2, but like it's a lot. So especially because like they want us to go in there to like promote, like we want you guys to like do like in-person collaboration, but like my team we didn't set days on when to go. We have to pick our own days. So like if I'm in there and I'm the only person in my team that's in the office, I'm like, what's the fucking point? I'm just gonna go home. So I left
right
it like
the gate.
I left it like
right out the gate.
The point.
I left at 2 today because I was like, why am I here? So I left at 2. I was like, this is stupid. But yeah, so that's me. It's first world problems in my life right now.
Going into offices is stupid, though.
It is stupid, especially because like I don't need to. All of my work is Excel spreadsheets and emails. I don't need to go in the office. Like I don't. It's stupid. I think it's dumb. And my commute is really far. It's hated.
Boo.
No. Drink wine.
Man, everyone just gotten so soft lately.
Listen.
Hey, I kind of feel it. I want to get my teaching credentials so I can be an at-home teacher.
Oh my God, listen. Once you like I used to be the kind of person that was like, I could never work from home. Like I could never do it. And now that like I've done it for the past year, I'm like, I never want to go in the office again. That's so stupid.
Mhm.
I've never left. I've never left.
Such a bummer.
I was in it throughout the entire COVID. We were essential. All my coworkers were at home because they have kids, so they had to stay home. But yeah, I have not left the office once in the past 3 years.
Stupid.
I mean, there are definitely downsides to working from home, but I think in the end, it's ultimately better. And I feel like after the pandemic and when everybody was like forced to work from home, they realized that
Oh hey, we can do this.
people can be just as efficient, if not more efficient,
Mhm.
from working from home.
Mm-hmm.
I do more working from home than I do in the office. Because in the office I'm like, ooh, people, and then I go and like chit chat.
Yeah.
You're one of those. You're one of
My
those.
best friend works there, so I'm like, we're gonna spill the tea. We're gonna talk about all this.
Jill
people
is one of
thing.
those.
Of course, I'm one of those.
I've dealt with one of those at work.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant. It's not.
Hey,
Pleasant.
I've got nothing going on. I gotta entertain myself somehow.
Molly, how about you? You just found out today that your guys' vacation lasted a little longer.
Yeah. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing because we're just kind of waiting at this point for the next live action Star Wars to start.
Please,
But
give it a couple weeks and you'll have a staycation planned.
I mean, yes, but
They're probably
don't-
going to have one planned after the first week because there's 3
Uh-huh.
episodes that drop. That
I'm
means
still
3 different
trying to
live
convince-
streams.
I'm still trying to convince them to come out to Vegas in October. So trying.
It's
I mean,
still
now
a
that the show's
possibility.
got pushed back, that's less likely.
I know.
Yeah, our October is going to be probably even busier now, but our August is wide open now. So
Can you imagine Halloween month in? Sorry, I just got distracted by someone riding by. can you imagine spooky month in Vegas? Ooh. Spooky emo month in Vegas.
Spooky emo month in Vegas.
I'm working on it.
Let's do it. Come on, Molly. Let's go.
Otherwise, though, I had a shitty day. Like I had a 3 o'clock.
I saw you had an appointment.
Oh, really?
We'll get to you, Brian. I had a shitty day because
complain.
I had like a 3 o'clock doctor's appointment, which just everything that could have gone wrong for that appointment did.
Ugh.
I'm fine, but like
good.
just making it in there and like actually being it was just a nightmare. So I was gone for half the day dealing with that, and then got home and watched these matches. 'Cause I still hadn't yet.
I actually watched these early. I watched these Sunday morning.
But these were some great matches. Anyways, Brian, you have the floor.
No, I have the COVID.
Hey.
Oh.
Yay. What? Now I'm number 2, right?
You're number 2. I'm lucky number 1.
Sounds about right. Number 2.
Hey.
Yeah. First day the kids are back and not there. So that's great. Yeah.
You feeling okay?
Yeah, just living under my air conditioning, and it's actually like nice out in Sacramento, which is making me mad. Because right, Jake, it's pretty decent.
It's
like,
been overcast the last 2 days, which is very strange.
Yeah,
very strange.
Like
it's getting my hopes up for next week.
I know. I'm like, let's have an overcast wedding, please. I love an
like,
overcast
why now? Why? Why now?
It's gonna be probably a heat storm next week.
A heat storm, Brian. Can you please describe to the class what a heat storm is?
I don't think Brian even knows what a heat storm is.
What is a heat storm, Brian?
Well, it's not a heat wave, but it's a heat storm.
You know what's funny is it's 81 degrees in Sacramento right now.
Which
it's hotter here.
It was broadcast
Listen to this, though.
at 95.
Listen to this. Listen to this. It's 81 degrees right now. The next Tuesday through Saturday, all above 100.
What's
it gonna be next week? It won't now.
Do I need to bring
it only goes until next Wednesday.
My umbrella for the sun. Am I gonna get sunburnt? I'll bring an umbrella.
Should I bring a parasol? Yeah. Should I bring a parasol?
Let me look at the forecast while we're talking. Go ahead.
I don't usually like pay attention to like our opening intro because I mean we've seen it 100 times.
I was paying attention today too. I wonder what you're gonna say.
This is maybe the first time that I've actually genuinely seen like the weight in my face gone.
Oh, that's awesome though.
I was sitting there going, "Oh my god!" Like Jake needs to make a new intro, like immediately.
Create better content, Brian, and maybe I will.
Oh shit!
No, well, I'm looking less like a balloon, so it's like I was like, "Whoa!" Like it was the first actual like, okay, I can actually kind of see it now.
I did say to Jill at one point, I was like, I need to watch back through this and cut some of this stuff out and edit together like their own little boys' night reel.
The happy hour reel for you guys. Yeah, we were absolutely dying, by the way. Like we had our we got porn. We got porn spam. Porn spam.
Brian, you got it? You got it?
We were in our own little StreamYard, like watching you boys and just absolutely dying. Like, so it was quite fun. It was fun to just chill and to watch you guys do all the work. So
that was really nice.
We'll have to do that. We'll have to make it a more annual occurrence.
Between Sean and Jake, they're already planning it. It's mostly Sean.
Of course, Sean is.
Yeah.
Of course, he is.
No. Us four boys have a group chat actually together. Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Fucking precious.
That's how I found out that there were specific whiskeys that you guys were trying because Alex didn't tell me, and I was on the Star Wars Explained account looking at something, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, I need to go buy some other whiskey.
Yeah. See. Okay. Yeah, Andy. That did absolutely taste like plants, and I'm gonna chalk it up to making me go get whiskey that got me COVID.
Oh, when you said that too, by the way, have you ever had gin, Brian?
I don't think I ever.
Okay, if you think that tasted like plants, you need to try gin.
Gin tastes like good
like-
plants, though.
No, gin tastes like if you lick a Christmas tree.
I actually
That's
don't
what
like.
gin
I
tastes
don't
like.
mind gin.
I
actually
don't. I
mind
can't
gin.
do gin.
That
I can't
doesn't-
do gin. Gin is trash. Can't do it.
Wow, I
There
could
is-
say something really mean right now, but I'm not going to.
Do it.
No,
do
I'm
it.
just
hit
like
me.
I'm saying like the obscure like you liking gin does not like surprise me. Like out of left field, you start liking whiskey, and then now like a gin
Out of left field. What do you mean left field? It wasn't really left field.
Kinda, because like when we lived together, you were never like it kind of came out of nowhere.
I wasn't really into drinking,
Yeah. So that's what I meant by coming out of left field. Like it wasn't like how you.
and then I started living with you, and I became an alcoholic.
Well, that's what happened. So, but yeah, it's like
Brian just pawns it on off everybody else he lives with. He's like, I don't want to drink, so here you go. Here you go.
That's gonna be us at your wedding. Brian will be like, I can't finish this. We'll be like, I got you. We got it. We
Probably.
can do it for you.
I think
Probably.
gin, but I want to stand up for gin though, because I started liking gin over the pandemic just after TikTok made me want to make a bunch of cocktails.
The Dan TikToks.
There are like several different kinds of gin, so not all gin tastes botanical, which is the nice way of saying
Okay, but
tastes like plants.
Molly's being fancy, and I'm like, it tastes like you lick a Christmas tree. Like in Vapion, I don't know exactly what that tastes like, but that's just what I imagine licking a Christmas tree.
I
But,
think we're gonna have to taste that or test that this year.
so I'm gonna lick a Christmas tree, and
There's
then
our video content for Schmoedown, everybody.
I'm gonna
there it
lick a
is.
Christmas tree. What is it? Gin?
Brian's
Or
gonna
Christmas
really
tree?
do the science behind if it tastes like plants, and Jill's gonna do the science behind it if it tastes like a
Oh my
Christmas
god,
tree.
Jill, this has to be like our December happy hour because we still have to make the elf pasta, right?
The elf pasta?
Oh my god,
Oh my
a gin
God, never did
Christmas
that.
drink with elf pasta.
What's
the-
elf pasta?
The
From the movie.
spaghetti with all the candy in
Oh,
it.
that's right, with the syrup.
We
That's
still have to
happy
do
hour.
that.
December happy hour. There you
Oh
go.
my god, I have made
December
such a
happy
mistake.
hour.
Okay.
That's our
All right.
content. That's our post Schmoedown content.
Has anyone else's store started like fully fall stuff?
It's Halloween. It's spooky
Yeah.
season, baby.
100%. It sucks. It sucks.
Spooky
It's-
season.
Every
Anyway,
single
I'm
time
moving-
I hear
I'm moving on
someone
before
say
we get into
something,
this
I think
season
of him.
BS. I'm
Every-
moving on from this BS because it's flipping July, everybody. Or it's August, I guess,
Yeah.
technically. So anyway.
Yeah, you would know what month it is now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Real quick before we move on, Dan Creedon has a question here. Is gin a big thing in the U.S.? I always assume it's mainly a UK
It's
thing.
big
No, I
in
mean,
the US.
yeah, it's
I think just
everywhere.
Alcohol
that I-
is big in the
Yeah,
U.S.
That's true. We
I
take it a little
it's-
too serious over here.
It's not like like it's.
I mean-
I've never been with a friend that's like, I'm gonna get some gin.
That's my
I mean,
sister. My
think-
sister's
for you
go-to is
guys.
gin.
Brian Justin was drinking gin all weekend at the bachelor party.
Gin and
He-
juice
He reminds me of
made
anything
made
you put
gin
in
pretty
Japan, if you
popular.
will.
the song.
I did like that French 75 or whatever that we made, the gin. With
Oh,
the
yeah.
champagne.
That's-
That was
Vapion,
fine.
you're not wrong. You are not.
That's a
wrong.
great drink to
Vapion.
just get drunk immediately.
Oh, you would probably lick a Christmas candle and not be able to tell the difference compared to.
All right. Well, Schmoedown, everybody. Schmoedown.
Oh, yeah, okay.
In fact,
That's
we
why
are
we're
here
here.
about
Welcome to Happy Hour.
the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Or it's our show and not yours.
Yeah.
Did you catch during it? I think it was either Sean or Al. I think it was Alex. Said it.
Alex
Alex said
was
it.
like, what are you
Yeah.
doing
This is
here?
our show.
This is our show, not yours.
That's only because I made him watch Trixie and Katya's show.
Yeah.
I will never forget how he texted me. Like when you guys were, he was like, "What have you gotten me addicted to? What is this magnificent show?" I'm like, Alex, it's
Uh,
All right. So look, Friday Night Titans movie trivia Schmoedown. We got two matches this past week. One teams match, one IG match. Let's start with the teams match here. We had two teams that have been playing very well this year. If I'm not mistaken, they were both 2-0 going into this match. We had the Movement, Paul Preston, JTE, taking on Paul Oyama and Adam Collins coast to coast for swag. And we got a really good match, a really good back and forth match with a little smack talking, some dancing going on. Four really good
Dancing.
players. And also the kind of sad part of all this is that this was supposed to be a collision match.
both of them were.
This was, yeah, you're right. You're right. This one was supposed to be one of the 6 collision matches we would have gotten. And unfortunately, it's just now a regular match that will ultimately more than likely lead nowhere. But that doesn't matter because we got a great match between these four competitors here. Jill, I'll let you kick this one off. What did you think about the movement and coast to coast?
I just want to say that I'm so freaking happy we got to see both of these teams, at least this one last time. Because there was a moment where we were kind of worried that we weren't going to be able to see coast to coast again. I think we had actually talked about, oh my god, we're not going to see coast to coast. But
yeah, after their 2-0 show, yeah.
So I'm really glad we got to see both of them. And Sean actually made the comment, because I think Paul had said something about it, how their team consists of Paul and Adam. Meanwhile, there used to be a team of Paul Preston and Adam Witt, and so they are the second Paul and Adam team, except they're winning this time, which I thought was quite funny.
Oh.
But they're what? Oh, I'm loud apparently.
The volume at which when I opened the door.
What is he doing?
What the fuck is going on?
I'm screaming.
There's another family with a child.
I'm really loud when I have two things on him.
One earbud.
Okay, I have one in. God, he's like looking at me like, "Why are you so loud?"
Jeez, Louise.
We're not. Oh my god, not that loud. Close the door.
It's early there too, right?
I know it's only
It's 6:30.
It's only 6:30.
So I really love seeing both of these teams again because they're both such a treat. It's so fun seeing Adam and Paul.
You should whisper for the rest of the show.
ASMR.
Oh, look who walks in the door. Look who's here.
Special
Are they
guest.
about to be loud? Are they about
They're
to be
about to be
loud?
super loud. They're about to be super loud. Let's take bets. Bets. Who do you think it is? Molly, Brian, who do you think it is?
Brandon.
Oh, I know who it is.
I feel like it's.
I think it's Saul.
Let's take a
I'm
guess.
I'm gonna say David. No, I'm gonna say Frank.
I was
Oh!
I was right.
So you got to put a show on for everybody.
I mean, this is the only room with air conditioning, so I'm in
Okay,
the
so we're
living
hanging
room.
out.
We're hanging out. You guys can go in that room.
What are you guys doing? You talking Schmoedown?
Yeah, no. That's not what our it's not our show's about at all.
Well, now.
Okay, fine. Okay,
Are
fine.
they gonna go paint little men together?
I don't know what they're gonna do.
Aw.
They're gonna do something.
They're having their own little boys' night.
Have their own little boys. But no, it's. I'm really glad we got to see these teams again. It was a fun match too because like we said, they were 2-0. It really could have gone either way. I'm glad that Coast to Coast took the win. It's nice to have them go out with an undefeated record. Sad we're not going to see anything come out of that, unfortunately. But it's matches like this that make me really sad.
Yeah.
That's where I was gonna go. This was the first match that made me upset that we weren't gonna get to see people play again. Like genuinely, this was the first match that I was like, damn, like Coast to Coast would absolutely get to a belt.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have no doubt in my mind that they would absolutely get to a belt. And it bums me out because you could tell like Paul was locked in and into it. Like he is like, I'm getting a team's belt this year. And
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, oh man.
Well, and you can tell too by watching that they had to cut around specific stuff because it was Collision, so they had to make it feel like just a regular match. So it does take away a little bit of the spark that maybe it creates. And I know Gordon said it in the chat, but yeah, it would have been a number one contenders match, which then Coast to Coast would have went on to play at this point, which probably would have been King Arthur for the belt, which would have been crazy to think about. That's the next match we would be getting if this was all still going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy to think because, you know, Adam and Paul, I'll say Adam specifically, he's kind of the newer of the four of them. Both Pauls kind of came in around the same time, and then JT's been around since the very beginning. And to think that we're not, and to think that we're not going to get these four in the next month or so. Schmoedown is very, very, very weird to think about, especially when they were 2-0. One of them is now 3-0, right? And you said it, Jill. They end on an undefeated record. They end great and everything, but it is weird to think that they were right there and then it just kind of got like ripped out from under them,
Yeah.
But yeah, what a great way to end. Great way to end. Great match. Great respect between the four of them. I love the banter. But it'll be weird to not see like a Paul Preston in the Schmoedown anymore because he's just been there for so long,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, all these people played super well in this match. I just remember watching it and being like, damn, like they're all just getting these. Like you said, they were all just like super locked in and playing really well as the respective teams. So
It was a good match
It was really
it
good.
was.
from the whole way from the beginning to the end.
And knowing JTE's been in it since the beginning, and he is still playing such a high level game, like respect.
And I don't think he studies. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think he not to like a Bateman or Kalinowski level by any means.
Yeah.
Maybe he did like the last couple years on when he was part of like a faction, but probably not this year, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah.
I am sad to have only seen Adam on Swag for a short time because I know given enough time, Winston could teach that man how to dance.
Yeah.
Those dance moves were.
No, those are rough. Those are rough.
That's how I dance. That's how I dance. Just forward.
The dance off, I was like, what am I watching right now? Oh no. But
Please stop.
please.
Oh God.
Yeah, great match. Great match.
Any other thoughts on any of these competitors before we move on to the Star Wars match? Because I mean, it is the last time we see them. So,
would they beat Shazam? Coast to coast.
Would
No.
coast to coast?
No.
I think they have a shot too.
They definitely
Because
have a shot.
I think their strengths are so much different than Shazam's are.
I do.
So I think they definitely would have had a chance.
no.
I get you're a shill, but like
the kid would dance them right out of the building.
I don't know.
I like to
don't
root for
know.
the underdog in these situations, so I would root for them.
Y'all are a bunch of punks.
I think they would walk to a belt.
You said they
I
would
think-
walk to a belt? You think it would be that easy for Coast to
Then-
Coast to be Shazam? You are effing
I never
insane,
we
bro.
never said it would be easy.
Brian just said it was easy.
No, it wouldn't be easy. I think
You're
it's
insane.
it's-
That
it would-
COVID's really getting to your head right now.
I think Shazam got the better end of the deal by losing the belt when they did, because now that it's ending, they
Yeah, like,
they
are
can
we
just
gonna see King Arthur? Like,
they
are we
can
gonna
just-
see them?
yeah, I don't know, but they can just walk away and say, "Hey, we did our best and we had a pretty damn good record."
listen.
Fabian
saying.
says Jake is right.
Just saying. Just saying.
Well, we'll never know, will we?
You're right. We'll never know.
That makes me
You
so
never know.
sad. That makes me so sad.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
very weird to think about. It
It's
is
like
I'm
very,
waiting
very
for
strange.
the Schmoedown fan fiction to start.
I would not be surprised if there's already some Schmoedown fan fiction out there.
Maybe some
Yeah.
spicy fan fiction.
Drop your-
Let's make that the Reddit. Because
Drop
what's
your-
the Reddit gonna do after Schmoedown's
Yeah.
over? Just
Drop
Drop
Blame-
your
Blame
accounts,
someone.
and show us your Schmoedown fan fiction. I want
Keep
to
This
going
see
with
was
that fanfic.
I don't know if we mentioned this or not, but this was a fun moment when JT and Adam danced off
Mhm.
That was cute.
at the very
That was
beginning.
cute.
That was pretty funny.
Those
I love
dance
Adam
moves.
Witt's 80s PE teacher outfit.
Oh, the short shorts and the tube socks. Oh
Yeah.
boy.
The challenge shirt.
It was great.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird not to see them again. Very, very weird, and that could include managers too. Like, what if it's the last time we see Winston Marshall and Adam Witt?
We didn't even see Winston.
Winston wasn't even there.
Didn't even see Winston. You're right.
See Winston.
Like,
was
there's
there
a
in
chance we
spirit,
don't even
though.
see them.
I
which
see
is
him every
even
time I
crazy.
hear the swag music play.
Uh-huh.
He's in my heart.
Paul, you're gonna or not Paul, Jesus. Jill, you're gonna have to fly to Hawaii now to visit Paul.
I know. I actually
Oh,
did
no.
see it. He was actually out here like 3 weeks ago, so I did get to see him for a little bit, which was nice. But I know. Unless he comes back, I'm gonna have to go. Oh no, I have to go to Hawaii to see
Oh,
somebody.
Darn.
Oh, man.
Darn.
Shucks.
What a bummer, man. Gotta go to a beautiful state. Oh, fuck.
All right, let's get to what could be the most complicated conversation we might have tonight. This Star Wars match.
Ugh.
The Schmoedown is ending, right? We have about a month and a half left of matches, maybe 2 full months, depending on those exhibitions, how they go. And this conversation about where, and I don't know if we're getting any more Star Wars matches. I think we have the Nikki one, Nikki and Ace. It's filmed. Yes. It hasn't released, right? I don't think it's released yet.
Not yet.
Well, potentially the.
And then we expect to get something that's spectacular. So there's like, I guess only 2 left, really. But this match, and Molly, I'll let you take the floor first. But like, Marie Wilson and Alex Damon 3-3 after the first round. Are you joking?
3-3.
Are you joking?
After the first
they're
round.
saying Gold Leader and Fishburne.
Oh, okay, cool. Sweet.
Okay, I forgot
Thank
about
you guys.
that one.
Thank you.
But no, 3-3 after the first round.
We would forget about Gold Leaders, Matt.
I did that on purpose.
Mean, that doesn't matter, really. It doesn't.
Poor Gold Leader.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But this match was bonkers. Like, I have a theory that the question writers are like, all right, we know this thing is going under. Let's dig at the very bottom of our questions and get just like the most bonkers, ridiculous, hard ones that we have and just throw them all to the players now. Because if we don't do it now, we won't get a chance to.
Yeah.
Make Star Wars fun again.
I think we're past that point, Brian, because we only have 3 matches left.
I know.
Well, here's the thing, though. I think these 2 players made this match fun still. They did the best they could, and they were just like the whole time just acknowledging how crazy hard the questions were.
Well, yeah, and you had the challenge. Well, I guess the challenge, right? If Alex wanted to, and then you had the Marie challenge just to do it. Then you had the wheel slices, where Alex was really wanting the wild.
That was so
ended
cute.
Up,
the banter
ended up getting one, and then told Marie, if you spin Spinner's Choice Wild, I'll take the other wild. That's what he told her, which was just great. And I mean, Star Wars was never per se like that, but they were clearly, and I don't know if they filmed this knowing that Schmoedown was over. I'm not sure, but they were clearly just like
ask his wife,
taking in the moment.
I'm trying to remember. I can't remember when they filmed it.
Oh yes, it was. I remember talking about it. They were just being like, they're just gonna go in. They're not studying.
Yeah, I mean,
so they were clearly taking in the moment, like clearly just like this is their one last ride together, you know?
Yeah. Well, for Alex especially because he lost, but but he was kind of like he's done this for his past few matches where he's like, I'm not gonna study. I know enough about Star Wars trivia. I know everything that I'm going to know at this point, and he's just I'm just gonna try to make this fun for me and for whoever else I'm playing from now on. So yeah, the demon just kind of fizzled out there at the end, and that's just like how it was. He did have a great time, and like he said in his post, like Marie is amazing. She studies. She's played with us and beat us both at DragonCon Trivia. She's amazing. And she needs to get so much more credit for her knowledge. Mm-hmm. And Alex was like, I just want people to know that.
Yeah. Yeah, I have so many thoughts on this match because it was like that round 1, as I was watching it, I'm going, okay, if this wasn't the end, like if the Schmoedown wasn't ending, this round 1 shows me that at least Star Wars should have ended relatively soon, because I'm just like, I can't with these questions. But they had so much freaking fun with it. It didn't matter that two of the best players in the division were going 3-3 in round 2. It didn't freaking matter because they were having a grand old time. It was one of those matches where you just didn't care. And kudos to them for saying, like, screw it, we're just gonna have fun with it, and it was. Can I reveal a behind the scenes thing? Am I gonna get pulled into the principal's office? Is that a thing?
I don't think so.
I don't think
Principal quit.
I will say, and
Damn.
it is unfortunate that that Alex went out on a losing streak for his last final matches, but he is lucky enough to say that he was the last ever filmed match before the last spectacular. So he has that in his pocketbook. He was the last. It was the very last match that was filmed after the announcement was made, before we do spectacular. So he's got that in his repertoire. So he can say that at least.
I say it all the time, but like Alex, I'll say it one more time. Alex got lucky with all of his winning streaks leading up to him having the belt for so long, because he had good competition then, but once they started bringing in all of the newer people and like the Dragon Con players and stuff, and like people like Ace and Laura and the Dimalantas, people who were like, all right, you know what? I'm going to take this studying thing very seriously and really step up my game. And then that was the end for him, like that, and he knew that. So he's fine. He doesn't care about winning or losing at this point. He's just happy to be a part of it still and be a part of the legacy, and he wants to see all the other people, play their matches and have a good time. So don't feel bad for him and his losing streak, because he had plenty of wins.
He had that belt for a very long time.
He did.
Brian, any thoughts?
I mean, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it, so.
I'm just curious.
No, it's just yeah, Alex doesn't care.
Alex doesn't care.
I mean, he had his fun in the sun. I mean, when these people came in, like, you knew, like, it was going to get wild, and it did. And I think, if anything, he probably enjoyed not having to constantly grind. Instead, just, if I win, I win. I lose, I lose. Oh well.
Yeah.
But I do believe, but I do believe he obviously didn't just like whatever when he played Marie. Like, he was obviously going to give her his best shot, and I don't think. And I'll say that about all of his losses. Like, he didn't just throw in a towel. Like, he doesn't strike me as someone that's just gonna be like, whatever. Like, I'll do it just to do it. Like, he's gonna try to win.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that's commendable, because a lot of these people, they'll just, all right, well, I'm done, and just you'll never see him again or something like that. So, Marie's someone I wish, given more time, she would have been very much a popular person to watch.
We only saw her 3 times.
I know. Crazy. In what, 3 years?
2.
2?
It's because she took the first half last year, and then Nikki came along. They were on the same faction. They were suspects.
That's right.
And she played one match against Gold Leader, and then she was in the tournament, I believe. And then this match with Alex. So we didn't get to see a lot of her last year just because they kind of split time. Nikki came in after that first tournament and then obviously ended up doing what she did. So,
yeah, I mean, every single personality that came through Star Wars was a great addition, I think, personally. They're honestly some of the most just genuinely good people to come through.
They were all fun. They were all super nice. Like they were all just there to show their love of freaking Star Wars. Like there wasn't anyone on the Star Wars division that I wasn't like, oh my god, you're amazing and I love you.
This is something interesting, and I think we would all agree with this, but I want to bring it up. Gordon says here, I hope they eventually release all of this year's Star Wars matches to everyone.
I'm sure they will. I can't.
There's no
I
point
don't-
to keep anything hidden once the show ends.
No.
Yeah, like that's what I think is what he's getting at is after everything is kind of said and done, and you just maybe you do that with everything. Like you release all the exhibitions you filmed over the years and the specialty matches, and you just allow them for the public to see. And it, not to say that it catches fire, then it gets picked back up again, but like the Schmoedown just keeps living on a little bit longer for those who have been such long fans, but have never been a patron to see that stuff.
Yeah.
Like the Lord of the Rings match, for example, right? Like that's only the
That
patrons
should
have seen
be
that.
public.
Mhm.
That should be public. The amount of views that would get, because Lord of the Rings is extremely popular. The show is coming out, right? You release that to the public, like that thing is gonna kick ass on YouTube for a lot of viewers.
Yeah.
You know?
And people said it in the chat. Even the Star Wars TV match, that was a freaking
Yeah.
fun match, and that was patron only. That
Oh,
should
man.
Yeah, I mean, and we hyped it up on this channel. We did a post
did.
or a pre-match interview and everything.
You did a thing.
Yeah, I got bombarded by Saul and like
show.
all this stuff happened.
I just got bombarded by Saul too, so I know what that feels like. So it's all good. It happens. What's up, Pulled? What's going on?
Pulled.
What's up, Pulled?
Hi, Ed Harris. Hi, buddy.
Yeah, he got a little. You had a little Twitter fun the other day. I saw Mr. Ed Harris.
What happened? What happened with Paul?
Oh.
Because Paul said that Ed Harris should replace. I'm having COVID brain. right
COVID
now.
brain.
That's actual thing.
William Hurt in the Marvel
no.
Cinematic
No.
Universe
No.
for Thunderbolt Ross, and
Oh yeah, I saw that.
it took off
Ah.
Did you go viral, sir?
a little bit, little bit.
Oh. Nice.
I kind of dig it there, Mr. PLD.
Nah.
I kind of dig it. You
Mr.
want that
Cole.
character just to be dead?
I mean, I don't see a major use for him if we have Val.
Red Hulk.
Don't
Dude,
know
the
what
dude's
anyone's
75, 85 years old. Like, no.
Who
No.
cares?
No. We're not talking about that right now. That's just dumb.
The show's whatever we want it to be.
'Cause it's our show.
Not yours.
Well, yes, but technically that doesn't happen for like another 2 months. We're still here to talk Schmoedown.
Oh,
No.
It's
All
true.
right.
It's true.
that's fair. That's fair.
I
can only
hate to be
derail.
the one that keeps us on track, but it kind of
Don't
Guess
worry,
what, Jake?
Don't
Jake,
worry,
guess
people.
what?
2 weeks. My show.
That's what you
Jake,
think.
guess, Jake,
That's what
Jake,
you
once
think.
Schmoedown's over, there's nothing that we can just derail. We can just keep going.
It's going to be a nightmare for Jake because this man lives on a schedule, and the chaos energy that 3 of us are going to have to. He's going to have to deal with.
It's fine. He'll be married on his way to being, parents, I'm sure. They'll know all about chaos pretty soon.
I can't wait for the day that we hear "Wah, wah," in the background.
He's not going to be talking to the dogs. It's going to be a baby. It's going to be a baby in the background.
Mhm.
A precious
You
baby.
guys done yet? You guys
No, no. No, we're not.
a precious baby named Jackson with an X, Jill.
We'll talk.
Remember that? Remember
yeah,
that?
I do remember that, and I still have the
Remember
same
that?
feelings. I still
Yeah.
have the same thoughts.
That might have been
If-
in the.
If
top
anybody wants to
25
know what that
greatest
means,
moments
sign
of
up for
my
our
life.
Patreon and watch our Q&As. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll send all his cards with JACKSON.
Amazing.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Anyways, Star Wars is great.
Anyways,
That match was great.
We love Star Wars.
Moving
Star Wars
on.
Schmoedown is absolutely ridiculous right now. I'm terrified to see the eventual championship match for the belt. If
Oh, yeah.
This is what this match looks
Oh
like.
my God.
Who knows what's
Uh,
going to happen at the
I just
last
bet-
match?
I beg, as a joke, PJ, if you're watching, which I know you're not because you would have said something in the chat by now, can just whoever that final match is, as a joke, open up with the first question, and I need Mark to read it off, just being, How many stars are in the background of the opening
Just to
crawl?
be a dick.
Yeah, just it would just.
Or say
I
something
just
like
need to
how many
see the
words?
reaction
How many
of the Star Wars.
words? How many words are in the Empire Strikes Back crawl? Like
I was
something
gonna
like
say,
that.
how many words are the opening crawl?
I was
Like
gonna
that.
say, because this whole time I was kind of thinking, like, what was it that broke Alex to make him stop studying, to make him be like, you know what, I'm done with this. And I think it was having to memorize the crawls. I remember helping him study to actually memorize some of the Star Wars crawls. And at some point, I think a switch turned, and it was like,
Yep.
no, I'm not doing this. I don't want to have to memorize something that I love.
Alex and Sean are clearly on the same page when it comes to opening crawls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We need drunk Star Wars
opening
matches.
crawls.
There you go. I'm running spectacular, PJ. We may have written that.
Alex,
Ooh.
PLD,
don't
I'm
look forward to that,
begging
PLD.
you. I just need to see whoever the two people are, just the reaction of how many stars are in the background of the opening crawl. Just something to that.
I would just throw the whiteboard behind me and walk away. I would just be like, nope.
I just need to see like the color leave their faces of like, what? Like, this has to be a joke, and just Mark just sitting there like, like you know it would be good.
You know that would end up in a challenge, though, right?
Uh-huh.
Because it would
Sort
be
of-
like, well, in the original, and in the special
Oh.
edition, and then in this
God.
edition, there are
They
this
can
many
only
stars.
challenge if they know that the answers are different. How are they gonna know?
Yeah, who actually counts those stars?
Crazy people.
Can you imagine?
I don't
like,
want to know. I really
you
don't
imagine-
want to know. I
I
don't
can
want to
imagine
know.
being the person like 1, 2.
There's no way you can count. It would
there's
be
no-
different every
there's no
single
way.
time.
Yeah.
It would be a different number every single time.
Okay,
matter what.
Gordon, this is my fear though. If they both like flip their whiteboard and it's like 3,927.
If they could you imagine if they
You-
are
Like
If there's
Number
any two
one-
people that in Star Wars right now that would, it's them.
it's them too.
I would
It's
laugh.
them too.
so
Or
hard.
actually, Thomas might know. Thomas might know. Too. He
Thomas
seems like he
might.
knows that type of
Even
crap.
if Thomas didn't know, he would make a solid argument for whatever his guess was. To the point where we would be like, are we wrong?
He'd be like, you didn't count the ones behind the crawl letters. You didn't count those.
Yeah,
He would-
there's ones hiding behind the Death Star. Those count too. You know, they are.
The Death Star is technically a star.
The Death
You
Star
know,
is a star.
that's what he would say.
The
He would
word star
jab.
in Star Wars counts.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would jag the crap out of that. Absolutely. Mr. Lawyer Pants.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing.
Hold
the next...
on, Paul. I'm still so mad they had to edit that slice out. Did you guys? I think I told you guys this story. Can I?
A great
PLD
slice name.
Come
Wait,
on, reveal the curtain, Jill.
PLD,
read the
can I-
question. Hold on. Whether the announcer reads it or not. I mean, we had a great slice name.
Free for all that stopped the match. So there was a slice name during free for all, and they said the
Oh.
slice name during free for all, and then someone went, "No, we can't have a slice called that," and everyone went, "What?" Because the name of it, so good. PLD, do you think I can say what it was, or will I get called into the non-existent principal's office?
I will say.
Do it.
Oh, of course, Sean.
Oh,
hit-
Sean's
you-
like,
says, "Okay, I'll
what?"
just use it over."
Sean's like, do I hear drama?
Because it's not on air yet. Okay, because it is. I think I told you guys like behind the scenes, but it is a thing of beauty.
So it is a thing. We just haven't seen it yet.
It was not aired. No, they edited it out. They
So we'll never
changed the
see
name.
it.
You'll never
We
see it.
will. What is the
Well,
last day?
then
of the
tell us.
Schmoedown? We'll tell us.
I'll tell you.
What's
I'll
the
tell
first
you
and
guys.
last letter?
That's not gonna. It's not gonna.
Damn
Well,
it.
PLD says.
How
they'll
many
reveal it after
words?
Spectacular.
Can you use it in a
For reasons.
phrase?
She will reveal on
Okay.
October 2nd.
Yeah.
PLD
after
says they'll reveal it after Spectacular. That's fair.
It's. I'll tell you guys later. It is so good. Still so mad they had to edit it out. So mad. So
Okay,
good.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, we'll be talking about Star Wars when they come up. As it was mentioned in the chat, we do have Gold Leader and Fishburne, and then Nikki and Ace, which is coming as well, and then hopefully a championship match will still happen at Spectacular. That'll all happen in the next 2 months. So, with that said, let's go ahead and cover this Inner Geekdom Championship match. The long-awaited battle between Robert Parker and Kevin Smets in MTS proper. They have battled before in fan leagues, and the former wing mates, if you will, are now facing off toe-to-toe for the IG belt, and this one goes in favor of one Spider Robert Parker. Probably considered an underdog in this moment, just because it is Kevin Smets. You know, he took the belt away from Kalinowski. He ends up with a TKO. Against Kevin Smets, which is not something we expected to see. Smets definitely did not have his best day at the office. Struggled a little bit in round 2. He had a flub or 2 in the buzzer round as well, which kind of sealed his fate a little bit. And a very, very difficult 5-pointer that he just wasn't able to answer. So, Jill, I'm going to go to you first on this one, just because you are close friends with both of them. And I'm sure you've been sitting on this one for a little bit. What did you think about Smets versus Parker?
I've known these results for like 2 months. So it was very hard to sit on this one. When I knew it was taping, I immediately texted. I think I texted Frankie because he was in the studio that day, and I said, "Hey, let me know what happens, because I want to be able to like congratulate whoever wins as soon as it's done." And he texts me and he goes, "It was a TKO." And it's Frankie, you know, and Frankie and I have this relationship where we tease each other all the time. And I go, "Okay, no, really, like, tell me what happened." He goes, I'm dead serious. It was a TKO." And I'm like he had to tell me 3 times before it registered in my brain that this was won via TKO. And I was like, "Okay, well, who won?" And I was like, "Parker won by TKO." And I'm like, "Oh my God." So first thing I text Parker being like, "So I hear you got something new to hang on your shoulder there, eh, buddy?" And so he sends me a picture of him with the belt. And then I text Kevin and I go, "How you doing?" Like, I was like, dude, but he was totally fine with it. Like, he was super happy for Robert, and I was too. And I do, while we're talking about it, I do want to give major props to Kevin, because even 5 minutes before the match was slot to air, he was in the Reddit still arguing about Robert Parker and still hyping up this match, knowing damn well he was about to, like, his TKO was about to be shown live. But he was promoting the ish out of this match, which is what you should do, win or lose.
Something that didn't happen too much when his match came out.
Something that didn't happen too much in other matches this season.
I was gonna add just quickly that it's ever since the announcement, and maybe even a little bit beforehand, because maybe those people just knew before publicly, obviously. The social media buzz and postings have just disappeared. Yeah. They're completely gone. And there's been a couple people who have taken upon themselves to do some great promotion. Like the one we're seeing right now is the Rager and Paige. They've taken upon themselves to kind of do a little Twitter battle with the two of them.
I mean, it's the Rager
which
and
I
Paige.
love seeing. Yeah, exactly. And you mentioned it's Smets and Parker for the entire week leading up to it. They were battling each other every day. I mean, Parker did it on our show on Sunday. He
was like Smets texted me the next day. It was like, Parker was so great. Like such a little ass. Like, it was.
Yeah, and we saw a little bit of it with when King Arthur faced Shazam. Like, King Khan did some stuff with Bibbs. Not all 4 of them, obviously, because Brendan and Griffey are obviously busy with their jobs and stuff. But I mean, I'm not afraid to say it. The Smets Kalinowski one is nothing against Smets, but that should have been smack talk like crazy, and there was nothing. It was crickets. It was crickets when we saw that match.
When
it should have been.
Smets was reposting it.
Smets was doing stuff, but the back and forth was crickets. Like, there was nothing as far as.
And I think I said on our show, I forgot there was even a title match going on because it wasn't hyped in the slightest.
I think he just was really unlucky in the fact that he had to take a break when he did because cancer. Obviously, great reason to take a break.
You should take a break. Take a very long break.
No one is going to argue that. Go back and watch the Smash-a-thon.
Yes.
Just see about how many people cared about that. And then,
Yeah.
but I think he just got unlucky because while he was gone, there were a lot of changes, over that time period. And then by the time he came back, it just wasn't the same anymore. And
Yeah.
there's really nothing he could do, or a lot of the people that were still involved, not a lot they could do about it. But still would have been nice to promote the match more.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to give major freaking kudos to Smeds, who, like I said, who was in the Reddit 5 minutes before the match, knowing that he was about to get TKO'd, still promoting the heck out of it and saying, "Oh, Robert's going down," and then Parker for dishing it right back. And the post that Kevin made with that really cute family photo of him and Dasha and Kira and Robert all having dinner, and it was super cute. He's like, "This is what we used to be. We used to be a family," and he was like, "No, screw you guys. You betrayed me." And it was like this whole Twitter storyline that was happening, and it didn't get the hype that I feel like it deserved. But kudos to both of those gentlemen for hyping it up as best as they could, because even though it was a TKO, it was a good match. Was Kevin on his A game? Obviously not. Obviously he was not on his A game for today. But the promo. I also want to talk about the promo before that match, because that promo was
a great promo.
Was fire. How they started with their first match in the fan leagues, where Robert beat Kevin for the first time.
TKO'd him.
So we gotta.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
Like poetry. I thought that was really cool. We had a challenge thrown in there, which I agreed with Robert's challenge. I did agree with it.
I saw both sides, and I think the ruling was good.
I did see both sides. I'm still.
You're talking about the RoboCop.
The RoboCop one, the RoboCop 87. I think.
I'm with Smets. I don't think it's.
I think I'm more on Robert's side because they're two different movies.
Yeah, but the movie isn't titled RoboCop 1987.
But that's the year it
titled
came out.
RoboCop.
If there's two movies called RoboCop, you should have to differentiate between.
But they're not asking about the year, were they?
That's a whole other conversation.
They weren't asking about the year. They were asking about the movie. And if the year's not even in question, you should be able to see just RoboCop.
Yeah.
They went through all the trouble to revise the rule book, but there's still so much that could be looked at and questioned, which movie technically gets seniority in that situation. Is it the original RoboCop, where you don't technically need to specify the year, or is it the new RoboCop, where you should technically specify the year?
I just got a text from Kevin, and he said, "Here's a scoop if you're still on air." So we're gonna peel the curtain back a little bit, some behind the scenes. He said, "They cut out Parker throwing Elvis at me as I walked to the wheel." So apparently Parker yeeted Elvis at Kevin.
Come on!
Wait, no, that makes sense, because someone at some point said something about picking Elvis up off the floor, and I was like, wait, when did he get thrown?
So apparently, Parker yeeted Elvis over at Smith.
Come on, that's got to be why was that cut?
That makes sense.
We need more yeeting of Elvis. Elvis just needs to get
especially
yeeted.
if we're done in 2 months. Yeet Elvis all over the place.
Yeet old Elvis. And he said we also had a stare down when Parker walked behind me to the wheel. Both were cut, probably because the editor didn't watch the footage and skipped right to the wheel. Totally losing that great pre-planned moment with Elvis. It landed right in my face.
Oh.
So
maybe. POV
that's a bummer. That doesn't feel like something that should be cut. It's a quick moment.
That's so good, and everyone knows how we still give Barbarian absolute ish for eating Elvis that one time.
We made a GIF in our Discord.
He almost did it like multiple times again afterwards.
He almost did it with the Parker match. He almost
I guarantee you, he went to do it and then thought, "Oh crap, they're gonna come after me again with the eating."
Wait, I gotta find that GIF now. Hold on, because I put it in our Discord. Hold on, I gotta find it. Let's see. Anyway, we can keep talking while I find it because we haven't talked much about the actual match itself. So
Okay, the match itself was a great match. I think Parker played how we all thought he was going to play, which is just like he's playing better than he ever has, and despite his character, it's well deserved that he he did this and he got the belt. Smets stumbled a few times, and he admitted to as much in his post interview that he, talked himself out of the correct answer on that 5-pointer and made a couple of too fast decisions in the speed round.
Let's switch to that Harry Potter question. Where he buzzed when he said, "How did his parents die?" He immediately went Avada Kedavra, but he didn't hear that the Dursleys tell Harry. So he was, way too quick on the trigger there.
Which, I mean, that stuff happens. That's why it's the speed round. But otherwise, it was a great match.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed this match.
There are a lot of things that are going to not happen because of the show ending. I think one of the biggest things that would have left a salty taste in my mouth is if Parker wouldn't have at least walked out a champion at least once.
Yeah.
It just seemed like, when is it going to happen? Because you knew at some point he was going to have the belt. And if you didn't think that, you're crazy to think that at some point he wouldn't have the belt, whether or not he played it against Mike or Smets or whoever. At some point, the belt would have made it into his hands. So if the season would have ended and the show would have ended with him never getting the belt, that's something that, I would have been like, that just doesn't seem right.
So many people would have been heartbroken by it. I'll pull the curtain back a little more. Some of the people who would have been the most upset about it would have, if Parker had never won a belt, would have been Kaiser and Smets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, of course.
They would have been heartbroken if Parker had never won a belt.
I mean, we're all decently good friends with Parker at this point, but the man works his ass off.
We've seen those note cards in person.
He works his ass off to put on the best show he possibly can, to be the best he possibly can in every single capacity possible. And for him to have never, if this would have ended in him not done it,
it was a do or die situation.
I would feel horrible for him, because it's what more else could I have done? And then it just got ended on me. So I love Smets to death. Am I happy that he lost? No. But I am happy that Parker at least gets to go out at some point holding the belt.
Yeah.
That is the thing I'm most pleased about, that he at some point won the belt, and it's not going to be something that he's going to always wish he had. Because can you imagine if the last attempt he would have ever got at that belt would have been Mike? At Spectacular? I'm not even the person, but that would eat at me forever.
In an overtime match, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm very happy that all of his hard work paid off, and it's kind of poetic that it was against people that nurtured him to this spot. And
well, I was gonna say that I'm happy that he if he beat anybody for the championship, it was Smets. It just made sense. It feels right. I don't like seeing Smets lose, obviously, especially in all that he's been through and how his comeback story is going this year. But if there was a time for Parker to win and a person for him to beat, it was definitely Smets and Kaiser. We've said it's very poetic. To change subjects very quickly, I have the GIF.
I know. I saw you itching to show it.
I uploaded the GIF to StreamYard. So here we go. Here is the official yeet of Elvis.
Yeet.
just chucks him.
Oh man!
I wish we could have some voiceover for Elvis being like, "Hey!"
Oh, so good. So
Oh my
good.
gosh.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, look, it's hard to say, but this could possibly be the last time we ever see Kevin Smets in the Schmoedown, depending on what happens at Spectacular. Do we have any final thoughts on what Mr. Smets has left behind here in the MTS?
Oh,
I mean, everything.
Right, where do we start? How long do we have?
I know.
come on.
I mean, but he will. I think he will agree that Kalinowski is the GOAT of IG.
He'll agree with that.
But like the everything that Smets has done for IG, that can't be beat. That can't be overdone. Like, he has brought something different to the Schmoedown, to IG, to like the whole thing. He's brought so much heart to it. And I'm convinced that he cares more than anybody about this whole show.
Oh, 100%.
100%.
And so, like, that alone, he when he came in, he changed the entire show.
Mhm.
So you can't really beat that.
It's interesting to think about. I was thinking about this the other day, because it wasn't exactly lined up, but like when Rachel kind of left, Smets kind of came in.
Yeah.
Can you imagine had we not had Smets? Like,
Yeah.
he
That's a
became
good
one
point.
of those people that it's like,
Rachel wrote the playbook and Smets took it and ran with it.
like, absolutely. He came from nowhere in a time where IG was possibly about to take a major hit with Rachel leaving, and like kind of, I don't want to say put it on his back, but like he did help keep IG like what it is. And he is a integral part to making IG what it is. I mean, I came in when Rachel was going out, right, Jake? Wasn't that the last season she was there?
Close to it, yeah.
Because
it was close. I don't think it was the very last season, but it was near. I'm pretty sure they left midway through the next season.
So like Jake's been around since the beginning. I came in pretty much on close to her way out. So like he's essentially always been there for me. So like it's hard to imagine him not being in IG, the Schmoedown in general. Like he made sure he brought that I was about to say wrestling aspect,
Wrestling.
and like that character and story. Like I can't imagine my Schmoedown experience without him being in there.
100%.
He was one of the first characters I gravitated to. Him and Kalinowski. I mean, those were always my two favorite matches. Whenever those two went against each other, it was like, oh baby, like we are in for a show.
Mm-hmm.
So like, he leaves behind a hell of a story. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I second everything I've heard. It's we can go on and on about Smets in the IG division and kind of what he's meant to the Schmoedown. And I mean, Molly, you mentioned earlier the Smash-a-thon and what the community did for him when everything went down. The epic moments and matches he's had. I mean, the one that I will always remember is seeing him win the belt for the first time live at Spectacular.
Yep.
And then later on learning that my video was his favorite video because of the angle and everything, and he screenshotted it. And I remember being posted in the Facebook group. He's like, "This face, this is why I do this face," and it was my face, just like it was wild. And then getting to meet him and everything has been just so great. Yeah, it's gonna be weird to think of him not, just in general with everybody, but weird to think of the division without him, and the fact that this will be the last IG match he ever plays.
Mm-hmm.
I see people mentioning it in the chat, so I do want to bring it up. But the cutscene where it seems like he and Draco might play a teams match together.
We have a
which is super,
we have a
cool.
TBD.
We have a
teams
TBD teams match that's coming, and nothing is confirmed just yet. But they wouldn't leave that cutscene in there if it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
That is very much true. I did not think about that.
So
Actually.
it seems like we'll be getting the Smasher inside a teams match with the great Mark and Draco,
Love it.
which
Oh
would
my
be
God.
really, really cool. So that's super cool. Managed by one Kaiser.
Got it.
Just-
Oh my God.
Perfection. Give it to me. Give it to me in an IV. Like, I need that match.
So great.
Can I say, like, I didn't realize how much I missed seeing Kaiser until I saw him again.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like forever since we saw him last.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God, like,
We-
I missed this psycho. Like, I missed every.
I second this so much because Sean was on a call a couple days ago, and like he'll have Zoom calls like pretty much every night with like the same couple people, and I hear someone go and like I'll just be like on the couch and just be like, hey, like from the couch, and I hear him go, oh hey Kaiser, what's up? And I go, Kaiser, and I jump out of the couch and run over, and I'm like, hi John, like I got so freaking excited that he was like in the Zoom call, because it's same with what Brian said, like it's always just a freaking treat to see John, Kaiser, and Sean always goes, John? His name is Kaiser.
I really wonder what this match was like for Kaiser to watch, because for so long,
Yeah.
Smets and Parker and Kaiser, like they were a team together. They were all in the same faction, and they trained together and worked together so hard. So I imagine this was fun, but also really hard on Kaiser to watch them play each other. And the character work aside, it's still like man versus man, whatever.
I think he was beyond thrilled that Parker was finally able to get a belt.
Yes.
I think he was heartbroken that he was not the manager to get him there.
Yeah.
Oh, after Mike.
I mean, he might as well have been. Let's be honest.
I mean, yes.
I remember
but, like,
when we hung out afterwards at Barney's, and Kaiser was damn near crying, saying, "I promised that man a belt, and it'll be one of the greatest regrets of my life." And I was like,
I was gonna bring that up when we were there for Spectacular, talking about Parker and how like zoned in he was. Like, he was at Kaiser's place training. Like, so many people were in town for that. We were out partying, and he was like, "Nope, I gotta study. I gotta do this." And like, they were working until the wee hours in the morning at Kaiser's place.
Yeah, he didn't stay with us that night. Yeah,
he
he
did
stayed
stay
at
with us the night
Kaiser's.
before. He was at
Yeah, he stayed at
Kaiser's,
Kaiser's. Yeah.
With other members of the dungeon there to like support him. They were fully tuned in and like ready to do this. So when Parker did not beat Kalinowski at Spectacular, like, we were all heartbroken, but we were like, we know he can do this. Obviously, he got so close. So being able to just see him actually get there and do it is amazing. And it does suck that it didn't happen at Spectacular when we were all there in person to like celebrate.
Our livers are so happy though that it didn't happen.
Oh my God! Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
Neighbors, our livers, all these
Our
things.
livers
People
are
so
fine.
Could
They're
you imagine
resilient.
the absolute insanity at our house? Oh my God!
But yeah, it just I know Kaiser and Smets were both just insanely proud, and I wish I could have been there to see that match happen, to see all of that, behind the scenes, and put past the character work and stuff, just for a moment to see all those people like really celebrate with each other because they worked so hard.
I do want to bring up a super chat real quick just while we're talking about Parker. This is from Therrell. And he said new records, 8 KOs by Parker, which I think includes TKOs.
Yeah, it does.
He's now trying to be frank. 8 TKOs/KOs in his career.
That's insane.
Crazy.
And it'll never be broken.
And it'll never be broken. You are
It'll
right.
never be broken. Good job, Robert.
That's- wow. And then this right here, Kaiser called them the Alliance. He's guessing that's their name. And
The
Nussbaum
Alliance is
adds
his
to it.
name.
And he says, so far the dungeon has a machine, a database, a smasher, and an android.
What a smoking
Sounds
team.
like Kaiser's got his like box of toys.
This is just Kaiser playing with toys.
He's playing with his action figures, 100%.
Yeah,
He's playing with his
100%.
All right, well, to finish up the show, and I'm sure we'll be seeing Robert Parker again in Spectacular, at least we hope so, depending on what happens. Let's preview this singles title match, everybody. The quick thoughts here. We'll talk about it next week, but let's talk about it a little, maybe make some predictions. We have Sam Levine, the current champion, up against Mr. Ethan Irwin, or Mr. Irwin, I should say, excuse me. And it's I could be wrong, but it's the first time they're playing?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think so.
They
I think
always
it's the
like
first time
dodged
they're
each
playing.
other. It's
Yeah,
like
I'm pretty
someone
sure
was
it's the
playing,
first time
someone
they've ever
wasn't.
played.
Someone will correct us.
Wait, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
it's because
so.
Sam was like retired because I've
Uh-huh.
asked this many times. So it's always like they always just missed each other.
Oh.
All right, well, let's make some predictions, some quick thoughts here before we wrap it up. Molly, I'll go to you first. Who are you picking and why? Sam Levine or Mr. Irwin?
Oh man. I mean, I thought that these two people had already played each other, and now I'm just like completely my mind is blown that they hadn't played each other yet before now. But yeah, I mean, I think I gotta go Sam on this one, just because he's one of the goats. He's so freaking good at singles. Like, he's so freaking good, and I mean, they're both really good players, but I think just watching him play both digitally, and I had a couple opportunities to watch him play in person too. He just like doesn't even have to think. He might be one of those people that doesn't have to study, that just knows this stuff. And Irwin might also be that too. But I think Sam just like barely edges him out in this one. That's gonna be my guess. But honestly, we win either way with either of these people winning, because this is going to be a great match.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy match. I'm with you, Molly. I think Sam is going to be the first. And I could be wrong by this. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. He'll be the first player to have a 10-0 streak, and he'll
Levine.
defend.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Shit.
He'll go 10. If he wins, he goes 10. He goes 10-0 in his last 10
Lord.
matches.
Jeez.
He's not going to want to
Yeah.
break that. So,
No.
yeah. He
I'm
wants to
pretty
win
sure. I'm pretty sure it's 10-0. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he'll go 10-0 in his last 10 matches if he wins.
God.
Well,
he
he's
ended-
not
I
going
think
to
he
want
ended
to
on
break
a
that.
7-0 streak. I think.
He's not going to want to break that streak, but Irwin is going to want to break that
To
streak
break the
for
streak.
him. So that's
Mhm.
tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, it's gonna be an incredible match. Either way, it's gonna be great.
Mhm.
These two guys in a 5-rounder. Woo! Sign me up.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, the speed round's going to be rough. Oof.
Dude, this is another one of those matches where I give it my coin toss analogy and say it's 49-51 between these two, you know.
Mhm.
I am going to agree with the chat. I'm going to give Sam the slightest of edges. I think he might be more aggressive when it comes to the buzzer round.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And he's also just blessed with this freaking luck when it comes to the question round. But we've also seen Mr. Irwin get really freaking lucky when it comes to answering buzzer round questions. So, buckle in, because this might be a really, really, really long overtime match.
Mhm.
Because
It's possible as well.
these two know their ish. So I'm excited. And it's our last Titans, guys. It's our official last episode of Friday Night Titans.
It's
So
our last Titans.
Damn.
Brian.
pew pew. What a way to go out.
Sam by 1 point.
Yeah.
Possibly through the buzzer round.
Mm-hmm. The buzzer round is that's a good point, because like I think
Or-
Sam is a little bit more aggressive in the buzzer round.
Yeah, Sam like smashes the buzzer. Or a missed bonus round, bonus in the first round.
Like they both get the bonus. And
Oh.
They both get the bonus, and one of them gets it, and the other doesn't. And
I think Sam plays perfect.
I do too.
He has been, other than Free for All. Free for All was the first time we saw him miss a question this season.
I think he plays perfect.
He hasn't missed a question this season.
Which
so.
means, and that
Oh my
means
God.
like that he
Right.
doesn't win.
What an
And
overachiever.
I don't think he wins every single buzzer point, but I think the
One
one
would call
I think-
him a geek.
Yeah.
Call him.
I think the questions that he buzzes in on, he'll get. Not, and Ethan might steal a couple buzzer questions, but the question that he buzzes in on, he'll get, and that's kind of what I consider as playing perfect. So, I have a question for the class because it is ending and because it is the last Friday Night Titans, and I don't know if this has been filmed or not. I honest to God, I don't. I don't know if Jill does either, even if it's an actual thing. What are the chances that we see Levine and Irwin play, and then the second match of the evening is Marisol cashing in her free-for-all against
shit.
Sam?
I can confidently say I have no idea. I have no clue.
She has a free-for-all, and with Schmoedown ending, maybe this is the only chance she gets to use it.
I would
Oh my
be
God, I
very-
And
didn't
we
even
have
think
not
about
seen
that.
her.
She has
And
a
we have not
cash app.
seen her.
Ah.
So does
long
Dan.
time.
Dan also has a. Well, he hasn't. Was it a number one contender cash in?
It's a number one contender cash in, yeah.
Say,
Okay, so that might be
Dan ain't
slightly
using
different.
his. Marisol, it would be a crime to not give her.
What are the
Yeah, I mean-
chances that they film this and she cashes in and we get a back-to-back title match?
I honestly don't. I honestly can't confirm or deny because I don't know.
I would love that. I don't want to get my hopes up for it though.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't want to get my hopes.
I
up
just posing a question, and Leo, to counter that, she has to play Bateman first if she doesn't use her free-for-all win.
She has a free for all one cash.
Her
in.
free-for-all win allows her to cash in on a title fight
Correct.
anytime she
Hmm.
wants. That's what
Yeah.
I'm referring to. Is her walking out Paulo Yama style, or excuse me, Sam Levine style, when he challenged Dan and then Dan ended up beating him before he retired, where she walks out after Sam or Ethan winning saying, "Hey, we're going right now."
That would be
Kinda
so
how Paul
amazing.
Yeah.
I don't want to get my hopes up with that because
Too amazing. Too amazing. I don't want to get
Because
my
I
hopes up.
didn't know if we were getting coast to coast again, and we did. So I honestly don't know.
Mark it down, peeps.
I
It's
would
happening.
tell you if I knew, so you don't get your hopes up. But I
No,
honestly
you wouldn't.
don't. I
No,
I
you
would.
wouldn't.
I'd be like, don't. What principal's office am I going into? I would tell you if I knew for a fact.
You love keeping secrets from us.
No, for that I'd be like, don't get your hopes up. But I honestly, God, I don't know.
All right, fair enough. That was just a quick little thing I wanted to bring up. Just to-
Thanks. Now I'm gonna look forward to that, and then if it doesn't happen,
You're
I'm like,
welcome. You are
Thanks, Jake.
welcome. Yep, you're welcome. I appreciate that you appreciate it. All right, well, that's gonna wrap up tonight's show, everybody. We'll be back next week after the title fight, talking some more Schmoedown and the final Friday Night Titans that we ever get in the movie trivia Schmoedown. Plans will be coming soon for us, we promise. There's a reason why we're holding off on the announcements. And you guys will know very, very soon what's happening post Schmoedown for here for the show. Let's do some quick plugs for everybody who may be watching or listening. Jill, why don't you kick us off?
Julie Marie, 2 I's, 2 E's, Twitter and Instagram. Pew pew pew.
Mr. COVID?
I will say this is a nice distraction because I forgot I had
Now he's
it.
going to go back and sulk.
Yeah, 100%.
Mr. Gold.
You forgot he had it, and you just reminded him. Good job,
Can you,
Jake.
can you please change your Twitter name to Mr. COVID?
Mr. COVID.
No.
Oh, that made me sad.
And then
No.
what am I doing? Oh, I'm promoting
Plugging.
my plugging.
What am I doing?
Uh,
Why am I here? What's going on?
Yeah, what am I doing? But you've also Twitter and Instagram, and then Apocalypse Movies with Jake. What are we doing tomorrow?
Probably talking a little Andor and some other stuff. We haven't had a chance to talk Andor on the show before, so we'll probably talk some Andor.
That's fair. I think that's it.
You can see Brian's thoughts on Don John as well in a video that's coming soon.
Yeah.
that he doesn't know he has to shoot right after this that I just dropped on him.
No, I'm not.
so-
I'm doing it live so I can yell at you guys.
Hey, he's
tomorrow.
not going to work tomorrow. He's fine.
What? Come on, Brian. Anyway, Molly, where can people find you?
Why they challenged me to a movie with boobs all over the place? I don't understand.
Because
Boobs,
everyone,
boobs.
because everyone loves a good pair of boobs, Brian.
The movie is so amazing, though. It's so
Even the
funny.
gays love the boobs.
It's true. It's true.
Brian, you can't tell me you didn't like the movie. Can't tell me you didn't like the movie.
Do you want me to save my thoughts till now?
I am absolutely gifting that out, girls. By the way, 100% gifting that out. Yeah.
You look like Bongo Cat.
Can someone, Andy, Selvin, one of you, can you please gift that? Clip that. YouTube has that clip thing. Clip that, please.
I don't know how to clip things. Oh.
Andy, I've seen Andy gift some things, and you can gift Molly saying, "Even the gays love boobs."
It's true.
Please.
That's what we do with them, right?
I was gonna say this is what you guys do, huh? Right? Is that what it is?
Is that all you got, Molly? Just boobs? Is that all you got?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all I got.
Yeah.
Twitter at Molly Damon. Honestly, we're just gonna be building Legos on Thursday nights until Andor starts. So go check out our Lego
What
stream.
happened to Kotor? Did we just throw
Yeah, I
that
was gonna
out
say,
the
what
window?
happened to Kotor? Yeah.
Oh, so Kotor. So the thing that we had set up to play it on the computer was like really messed up. So the gameplay was all messed up, and we couldn't get it to work right. People who have played KOTOR will know that like the gameplay is already kind of stupid, but like trying to get the mod to work on a PC was even more frustrating. And then we couldn't get the Switch to stream it, and now the remake is delayed. So I don't know. KOTOR is like all over the place right now.
Oh, Kotor.
We have too many Lego sets in our house to not
Oh, no.
concentrate on that. So
You should
we
just
have
do
to
2 a week at
concentrate-
this point. Just do 2.
We have to
You should
concentrate
just-
on building
For
Lego.
Jake's wedding, just whatever ones you don't. Look, we got you Lego sets.
Gabby,
Here's your wedding gift.
Gabby, this wouldn't be out of like frustration of getting it, but because we don't have the space in the house, she would throw that thing so effing far, so far, because there is
Not
no
a-
space in this household right
We
now.
don't have space either, but I
Fair.
keep buying more.
It's fair.
Jake, if
Because random
We were-
gifts keep showing up at our house from people, and we're like, we don't have anywhere.
no.
Like,
Oh no! Look at all
that's
of
why
my
I'm
stuff.
giving you the money. If you were to get any Lego set, Jake, Star Wars Lego set, what one would you pick?
probably the Falcon.
Yeah, that makes most sense.
Yeah, I'd probably say the Falcon.
I would
Good
like to
one.
see Gabby.
I'd have to look because I haven't looked at Lego sets in a very long time.
You gotta
But
get
the
you gotta get
Falcon-
the glass coffee table thing though, so you could put the
Yeah,
Falcon
the-
in it.
The Falcon
Oh,
is the
she'd
one that I've
love that.
always.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
No, honestly, and I know it would be the most dangerous thing on planet Earth, but I'd hang it from the ceiling.
100%.
Mhm.
100%.
I'd hang it from the
my
ceiling.
anxiety
How
took
long have
over.
I been trying to get Alex to hang his titties? He
But I see,
promised me
I'm
the-
good at
love that.
I'm
promised
good
me
at
the
doing that
A-wing,
stuff.
and I still don't see it hanging in the background.
Oh,
I'm
'Cause
good
that's
at
like
doing that
a-
stuff, so I'd figure
it's
out.
like a
way,
back
100%.
burner build too. We're like,
That's
if that
because-
one breaks, fine.
Yeah.
What
I'm
the
so-
hell?
That's what I figured the why. if
Just
he made
break
a
it and
Y
send me all the
would-
pieces, Emmanuel. I'll build it over here.
We don't have a Y-wing build, Brian. Are you kidding? We don't build trash in this house.
Oh, that's a great way to end. I hope everyone has a
Well,
fantastic week on their hands. Make sure that you're checking out the Patreon. There's a lot of stuff still going on the Patreon. We have the Q&A. The thread went out today for this month's Q&A. We'll be talking a little bit more about what bar trivia and watch along will be the subjects of this month. And then the patrons will more than likely hear first about future plans on POV. So if you want to hear, there you go. The links are all in the description, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I know it's hard sometimes with Schmoedown ending to watch this stuff, so we appreciate everyone who still watches on a weekly basis. Continue to be great and have yourselves a good week. Catch you guys next time.